So I open it up to you guys, your MVP through week 5, who you're looking at. Let's go to Parlay Kid. It's not Dak, but I do like this bet.
Yeah, look, I like what Dak. He's been great. Really, he's carrying the Cowboys, but I just don't know if Dallas is going to win enough for him to be MVP, right? So I'm looking for a winning team who's possibly the best team in football, the Detroit Lions. It's very possible that they're the best team in football. And there's got to be you can still get very favorable odds here for Jared Goff. And I know what Harry said. Well, I like Goff, but they score too many rushing touchdowns. But Goff's still on pace for 4,000 yards passing.
Sure. Yep.
And 41 touchdown passes.
Crazy.
That's what he's on pace for. If Goff hits
and if they do
numbers,
average 35 a game like this, Darren, sure.
Well, and don't forget, when it gets colder and a lot of these quarterbacks are playing in frigid weather, there's a lot of home games to be had in November and December for Goff to be playing indoors. It's still a track meet for him. So I think he's going to hit these numbers. And look, he might not because maybe they're up and he rests a game or two towards the end of the season. But if he goes 4,000 and about 40 touchdown passes and they win, they go 14-3 or 13-4, he's got to be in the conversation. And Joel, maybe I don't see any updated odds right now, but they were very favorable as of this morning. And I'm trying to locate them again now as I'm speaking.
Yeah, and this is a guy, Darren. This is a guy.
Yeah.
14-1. That's great for guys. It's fantastic odds. Jump on it now.
Great number, Darren. By the way, this is a guy who's made it to 2 more championship games than Tony Romo has.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
I don't know why you're always.
I can't wait till Romo comes on the show.
Yeah, why are you always trying to work Romo into?
I'm just stating a fact. 2 more championship games than Romo has.
All right, that is good, and he does lead the league in touchdown passes. But Bry, I feel like Bry might have you beat here. Bry, take it away.
Well, look, I'll probably still. I gave up Mahomes before the season. I would still stick with him a little bit after what we saw last week. But I think right now you'd have to say, and I think everybody would probably agree. Up to this point, probably Baker probably is the MVP, right? Every one of their games, right, coming down to the wire, and aside from the game against the Eagles when he threw that interception into the end zone, he's been awesome aside from that, and that was his one interception so far in the year. And even at times, right, he's kind of running all over the place. He's making just crazy plays with his legs, keeping the play alive. Just been really awesome. And that's including they have injuries too on offense now. Look, odds wise, I would definitely sprinkle a little bit on him right now. The only problem is, I guess you could say, is when you look at Tampa, look at their schedule over the next 5, 6, 7 games. It's really tough. So he's going to have to pull out, 2 or 3 upsets as a pretty decent sized underdog against some of these teams for him to have any hope. But if he does, they end the year with a pretty decent schedule. So if they win that division. If he could, I don't know if they can get better than 11-6, but if they're like 11-6, wins the division, and he only throws 7-8 interceptions on the season, he definitely has a chance of winning it.
Yeah, and one of those big games in a couple weeks on Monday night is Tampa at Detroit. So your guys will be facing off there. That'll be that could be a big one for MVP narratives. Now we got to go to Harry because if you like, actually, you know what, Harry, I can't even believe you're saying this. This is a man that you've trashed. Yeah. This is a man that you've abandoned.
I've trashed.
He's your MVP candidate.
Wow, Joel, you're right. I've trashed.
Yes.
When we were with the other Against All Odds, when we gave out our best over/under for the season, I couldn't get enough of the Colts under 7.5 wins. I've been dead wrong about this team, but whatever Roger Goodell fixes up, I didn't read the Roger Goodell factor in here to make Danny Diamonds a stud and a star on a team that was awful at the end of the season last year. But I am going to take him because look what is going on right now. They lead the AFC in points. They lead the NFL in point differential by 12 over the Detroit Lions. He's got 9 total touchdowns, 3 of them rushing, 72% completion percentage. Are you kidding me? And in the next 3 games of their schedule, they play the aforementioned Arizona Cardinals at home next week. And then in 3 weeks, they play Tennessee. And sandwiched in between those 2 games are the Chargers, who all of a sudden are just getting crushed with injuries and look like crap. And Herbert's MVP, speaking of MVP, Herbert, 3 picks in the last 2 games. His MVP is going down the tubes.
Yeah.
So I just want to get this straight. You are now is this an apology to Daniel Jones?
Yes.
Harry Gagnon.
Apologize.
You want to apologize?
It's not really an apology to Daniel Jones. He should be thanking Roger Goodell for setting these games up for him. That's all. Because that Denver game was baloney. That Denver field goal thing at the end was baloney.
All right. Well,
how come
you don't make that call on a 60-yarder? Sorry, you don't. If that was, you don't listen. You don't make that call on a 60-yarder at the end of the game. And if the roles reverse, same thing. But the games in Denver, that ain't called. You guys all know it.
They're fixing games for the Colts now.
What?
It's a feel good story. Sure. It's a very good feel good. It's probably the best feel good story in the NFL this season. So yeah, sure.
All right.
I have to say they do have a favorable schedule to the Colts coming.
Jonathan Taylor, these holes that he's running through are enormous.
See that, and that to me would be maybe the biggest knock on at least. For Daniel Jones to get an MVP.
All right.
No.
Not even the best player on the offense.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor he's probably going to run away with the rushing title.
He could have had 5 touchdowns yesterday if they wanted him to.
Yeah,
true.
Well, with Barkley and Derrick Henry struggling, it is going to be a lot of Jonathan Taylor talk down the stretch. I don't know if a running back will ever get an MVP if Barkley didn't, but I do like your chutzpah, Harry, with Daniel Jones.
Roger, he's keeping it in the Midwest. He goes from Kansas City, now he goes to Indianapolis.
Oh my God. Listen, it's you and these conspiracies. I don't know what to say. All right, well there you go. Those are the Week 5 MVP picks. Harry, maybe you'll get the MVP one day from me. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know.